Hi Rashmi.
Hi,
Hi
Ashwita.
everyone.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good.
I like your new hairstyle. I love
Oh,
it. I just
thank
wanted to
you.
say that earlier.
Thank you.
It's nice.
So, Seema, let's get started. What is it like? What was your takeaway?
For me, it was as you mentioned, like let them fail. And I mean, I like feel that completely that yeah, it's good that they learn it. But I'm also at the same point little scared
Mhm.
about like if the time is more kind of to for their realization. So will not that impact the children or the kids?
Say that again more in
Is
details.
it is like more like kind of like some people, I mean, some kids they realize it, oh, I failed, I have to come back or I have to do better. Some of
Hmm.
them are they are like, yeah, I'm okay with this. Even I fail, even if it's miserable, I'm fine with it. And they do
Hmm.
not really want to come back. So,
Hmm.
and sometimes that might take longer time for them to realize.
Hmm.
So as a parent, so I mean, can we help them there in to understand? I mean, you have already told that we can show them the directions. So
Hmm.
some kids are ready to take the direction, some are not.
True. True. And
So
each one of us is different. So it's, I completely get you because I'm not in any different boat. I'm exactly like you, right? As a parent, we don't want our child to fail. We want them to learn the very first time or learn it from others' mistakes. But unfortunately, that's not something we can put on somebody because it's again external of us.
wow.
Does that make sense?
Now I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so easy to control anybody else, to tell them what should be done, what to be done, how soon to realize. For a moment, look back in your own life. At least I can guarantee there's one thing that you haven't yet realized after multiple failures. If I really talk to your parents right now, you might have done 10 good things, but they'll tell there was one thing, I wish Asima would have done it at 15. Whatever it is. Does that mean you're not happy, you're not successful?
Got it.
That, I mean, in the reason I'm saying this, so that we can come out of that parent loop and look at it for what it is.
Yeah, maybe I also feel that nowadays we push our kids more than when our parents were. We had a lot of freedom,
Yeah,
kind of, because they were not pushing us every day or not involving in every small activities or everything. But nowadays we keep an eye on at them for everything they do, and that maybe that's they don't feel that pressure or they don't feel that anxiety, but we take their thing on us and
correct.
that's the reason we keep on pushing. And what you said is of course like it's every individual how they took it, we cannot should not push that. That's correct, yeah.
Right.
And that
And
helps also, I mean what you said that helps, but sometimes it's like
sure, it's not a one time fixed thing,
yeah,
Asima. The reason what I'm saying, I remind myself every day, every week.
yeah, very
It's
nice.
not like I don't mind, the mother in me doesn't jump out to go do and that, and then the coach in me pulls her ear back, like, come back.
Yeah, I mean yeah. If I remember, I behave. I mean, it's all like what? It's not one way channel. It's both. Like if I behave well or I said her nicely, talk to her, things also comes that way. If I little bit pressurize, then things also like they little. And one more thing, how would they learn to take pressure? Because I have heard it's not with. I mean, because my daughter is very young, but I have heard from mothers like some of them feel very pressure when they go into pre-med or some
Yeah,
kind of and they are giving up and they do not want to take that path and they just want to go back. And
correct.
that's so how do you prepare them that life is always not very smooth and straight line, it is always a curve here and there, ups and downs, a kind of.
So my experience in life as a mother has been, we have to be blamed because we as parents, and before I proceed, I would love to request everyone if they can come on camera. It's more interactive and you can see each other. If not, no worries, understand. So, Asima, my experience has been we as parents are to blame because we want to protect them in a bubble. Everything is good. They ask something, okay, give them. Or like I last time I shared the example of my daughter's fundraising, right? 99% of the families will buy one product, sign it, return it.
Yeah,
I was thankful that I had that vision to use that opportunity for, and there were multiple returns. Her communication skills, goal setting, and everything. And I told her the reality, the fact, like, the world is not, going to say yes to you. Your parents and your family friends will say yes. So if we can have that shift, Asima, instead of we sugarcoating things, we want them to be tough, but we don't want them to go through the, toughness training because
true,
we feel, oh, poor my bacha,
true.
you know. If they're failing to do their homework or assignments or project on time, we don't want them to get less marks. So we keep nagging them just so they don't fail. Imagine if you never let your daughter fall down when she was learning to walk. You want her to run, but you're not letting her fall. How will she build the muscles in her legs? And it's a constant reminder, it's not a one time thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Try it out, and it's not like it's going to get done, but the more you will remind yourself whenever you catch yourself being more aware, that would be helpful.
yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying my, I mean, slowly, every day I try to just do what she wants. And like the way you said, instead of telling them what to do, just show them the directions that, yeah, there are possibilities kind of, or maybe uh, things that like, instead of, just telling that, yeah, do this or do that, what you want to do, and listen from them that what she
And
wants
most
to
of
do
the
in her
times, they
life.
won't learn from their own parents, they learn from someone else, the exactly
Right,
same thing.
right, right.
And that was the only reason why I took my kids to, all of my mentors. Not because they were saying anything different, but my kids will listen to them.
Yeah, true that they listen to others more than
Yeah.
the
And
parents.
right now we are in a parental role. We did the same thing and we continue to do the same thing.
True.
So when that is a human fact, if we are aware of, why not? And like specifically as Asian parents, we invest heavily on academics. It's a no-brainer for us to, put them to maths class or science class or robotics class. No parent will ever say, no, no, that's important. How can I not send my child? Because that's the future. I've learned to be a little bit different. I invest in human values, human skills, life skills. Because because I am the product of all those things what I teach. I have my engineering degree, I have my MBA degree. Trust me, those added probably not even 10% of the value in my life and career. And I've had a fantastic career. Only these life skills helped me, had the courage to ask and demand. And I'm so thankful that my parents gifted me, my dad gifted me this. And just to share my journey here a little bit, like, because it's a mindset as a parent. When I was doing my third year of engineering, my director, who taught me my first formal guru, Sudhendra, he was conducting this program. And I come from a middle class family. We didn't had the money to pay for that program at all. I went for the session, my dad went for the session, and we both knew I wanted to do it. And I told my dad I want to do it. We didn't have the money. I said, how are we going to come up with that? He told me, you go ahead, you do your best. Arranging money is my responsibility. And in addition to lot of skills like time management, decision making, and all that, one of the main things was public speaking. And this happened right in front of me when my dad shared with my mom, like, and it was just 1,000 rupees. But 1,000 rupees was a lot at that time. And my dad is a businessman, so I have seen huge financial abundance and I have seen financial challenges also growing up, so we have seen both. And my mother told my dad, आप इसे बकवास करने के लिए 1,000 रुपए दोगे? That was her, and she wasn't wrong. She was right. are we really going to invest 1,000 rupees to learn her how to do public speaking? And for Khadija and others who don't understand Hindi, it meant like, are you really going to invest that much money for her so she can go on the stage and do blah, 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 or, talk some rubbish? And I'm so thankful my dad invested that 1,000 rupees then. I still don't know how he came up with that. I have, I think if I say I got returns in 100x would be a understatement. It probably might have been a million X returns. If that wasn't done then, I would be, somewhere like a regular person. I wouldn't be sitting here. And thanks to my guru Sudhendra, it's all because of him. He started to show me after my dad. My dad is my first mentor and coach. But that mindset to invest in your child, you never know. You're sowing the seeds as parents. So I feel as a parent, we are farmers. But most of the times, parents want to see the return. What's the guarantee? To be honest, just because our child went to Harvard or Stanford, does that guarantee a successful life? It's more of a social, status. Many times, kids, if they are not equipped emotionally and mentally, end up committing suicide because of the pressure. And then we all gather together as a community and express sorry. But it's not the failure of that child, it's the failure of the whole family as a parent, ours. So, learning from that experience, I have invested heavily financially, time, energy, and money, all three of them for both of my kids. And that's one thing I help parents do that. Because many times, as specifically as Indian parents, we are very willing to give time and energy. When it comes to money, we say, really? We all fall into my mom's category. And I want to have the shift from my mom to dad, like, I may not have that money, but, and last time I might have shared, we invested like $15,000 to take my son when he was 12 to my mentor for 4 days of training. Genuinely, how many parents will do that? Did I had any guarantee at 12 what he would do? Nothing. And doesn't mean everywhere I took him, I got 100% return back. Even if he got one thing, even if he got nothing, I at least brought him to that platform to expose him to see that. And it can be only done at a time. As a parent, we get such a small window. We don't even realize it. And life is happening for us. So it's not like we are full-time, parent, like, okay, we can fully devote. No, you're working. You have more, if you have more than one kids, you have your spouse. There's so much going on. But again, if we miss that short window, then there's a regret left for life. But what if we are aware when we know better and if we do better? And I'm just going to right now look into the questions that we have. Karuna had put her question is, how do I get respect from my kids? Anybody has this question? I certainly have that. I'm working on that every day. I'm no different. So each one of us go through this. So Karuna, you're not alone. As soon as I start talking to my son, he says, stop talking. No one wants to talk to you. He says, you don't do anything. I cook for myself. Both my son and daughter keep saying, Mom, you're the problem. As you keep telling us to do house chores. You have a problem and all your life coaching has not helped at all. I'll tell you one thing. The only human being in our life will allow to hurt us badly is our kids. And more towards the mother than the father. And that's universal. We bring them into this world. We love them so much unconditionally. And they are the only one we allow to hurt us the most. And they do that. So, Karuna, what I would say is there's a lot more thing involved here just beyond the parent. It's, I'll take it back to, you as a person first need to build up your confidence, your self esteem, because how you're carrying yourself in that parent's role is what allowing them how they are treating you. And I can bet that they're not treating your husband the same way or their dad the same way because he does not allow. You're allowing that. And the reason you're allowing, you might say, I'm a mother. I'm a mother too. And I have been in the same situations. It's not like my kids have never disrespected me. They have. And I had to handle them. But for that, Karuna, it has to go back to you. Who are you? How are you carrying yourself as an individual before even you become a mother? Because you not being able to say no, you not having a strong self image, who you are, or, your self esteem is the cause for you being to be very soft. And you might rephrase it as a mother or love. But where does love says to allow disrespect? Does that mean the kids don't love dads? No. It's what we allow, we get it. So instead of having them, how will they respect me? We have to reflect on ourselves. What does self respect mean for myself? What am I going to allow? What am I not going to allow? What is okay or not okay? And it's not just for you. Of course, it's important that they respect you, but it's also teaching as a parent for them to learn that they need to respect. And unfortunately, it goes on for generations and generations, whether it's a boy or a girl. It damages both the thing. If we allow our kids let's say I allowed to disrespect me as a mother, I'm teaching my son he can disrespect a woman, whether it's his wife or his daughter or anybody. I'm teaching my daughter that's what a woman should take it. So tomorrow, 10 years down the road, if her kids disrespect her, she'll say, oh, my mom, that's how what I did to my mom, or my mom tolerated it. So I have a much more bigger responsibility. I mean, looking back, I think I took my mom more for granted than my dad. But somewhere this has to change. This is wrong. So, Karuna, we have to step back. Like, I would like you to build yourself up first. For example, I think, Karuna, you are in an accounting business. You are hiring somebody to do your bookkeeping or accounting, but the person has never learned commerce or accounting or, finance. The person is a painter and you're putting him in the role. Okay, do now, here is a client. I have 5 clients, do the bookkeeping or accounting or tax. They are not trained, they are not equipped. So unless your self confidence is built up, you will not represent yourself as a confident mother who will define boundaries, what is okay, what is not okay. And trust me, I've been there, I've done this, and I'll continue to do this in my life. When kids disrespect us, if I don't stand up, they're going to continue to do that. They're going to push back, they'll be shocked. Let's shock them because that's wrong. That's good, Sarika. So it's either, you or your. So, and they'll play between both the friends. So Sarika is saying, like, that it's her son tries to do it with her husband. Maybe then you are more firm and he is softer. Is that true, Sarika? So do you see
Yes.
most of the times it's the mothers who get, disrespected. So Sarika is just proving the point that it's not male or female, it's whosoever is allowing. So we get what we are allowing. And then the point is, what do you want? You want the best for your child. That's non negotiable. What is best? Let's define that. Should they be respecting people? Yes. Then where do we teach it? We teach it right here in the home. And that has been my focus. So, like I said, I'm my first client. My kids were my first priority. Until my kids were home, I didn't go out in the world to make millions or, to be a celebrity. Because if I go help millions of people or thousands of people outside, but my kids, I can't help, I'll be the biggest failure. Because the day I leave this world, some of them may remember, some of not, but certainly it will impact my kids. And like I told you last time, my milestone is to be like my dad, where 30 years down the road, my kids still talk about me or feel about me or can talk to me. I want to be in their soul, in their heart. And how can I do that? To make them my priority, to teach them. It's not just agreeing to everything. It's I've been one of the toughest mother because I learned so. And if I can do it, each one of you can do it. And again, that doesn't mean that I've always had the rosy garden and everything. Trust me, every rose comes with a lot of thorns. Only thing is, We learn how to dodge through those thorns, carrying a mirror, showing them, hey, here is a thorn. And I'm not going to take it. And it's not good for you because you're going to poke someone else, whether it's your future, friends, life partner, spouse, or anybody. And I'm just going back to Karuna's question if anything else is. Yeah. And kids are so smart. The more tough you are, the more they'll break you down. Personal experience. The more stronger you are, they'll find faults to put you down, and it will crash you like anything. Like, what the heck? Like, I've given my life for these people, and because they know you so well, they will know. So, Karuna, in your case, if you are so passionate about coaching and all, they'll say, okay, you didn't do anything, because they know that will hurt you. So, we have to build filters, and they're not bad. Our kids are not bad. They just want to win over you in that moment. They want to have that thing that, I have the power to break you down. It's not helping us, it's not helping them. One rule of thumb I follow: think like a man, feel like a woman. Many times we do a mistake. We think as women, we think like women. And everything goes in here. What I learned, there's a huge design aspect, the way God has made us. Our heart is here, our brain is here. Why do you think that is? Because everything has to go through that. So I've trained myself for last 35 years. Things will come in here, it will be processed in my brain. My dad helped me to build a back office in my brain. It gets processed, filtered, and then things will go down. That doesn't mean things haven't dropped down. They have. I have cried. I've gone through everything. But having this process here helps me. I mean, there are so many things beyond parenting. I can go on and on in my career and all. When people said something to me, it was because it was here, it just went back. When people challenge or trying to put me down, oh, you are this or that and whatnot. But so that system we have to follow, Karuna, and we have to, they're not going to stop. So if we hope and pray, and if I do my healing, like, oh God, let them, change them. Universe, change my kid to love me. That's good. We'll do that. But that's not going to change them. We have to block it. When we block it, they learn that they can't, throw things at us. And it's not just for us. It's again, everything we are teaching, we are raising our kids what to do, what not to do. They will learn. How many times we have seen when kids are not trained properly at home that they misbehave in public? Yes or no? How they talk, how they behave, right? And many times we might have judged those families. They haven't taught this in their home. So same thing is going to happen to us if we don't stop our kids to disrespect us at home. They'll go ahead and disrespect outside, and that will be costly to them. And you'll feel bad. I think there was some Bollywood movie, I don't remember which one, but when the child steals something as a child, the mother or the parent, they cover it up, not to expose in the public, like, let's cover it up. And that child grows up to become a big robber. The child continues to steal. And I think the child comes back and tells his mother, if you would have slapped me the first time I stole something, a pencil from my school, I wouldn't have become what I have become. And that is the truth of the fact. I would actually like to, before I go on, I found some clip which will apply to all of us. It's, I guess, 15 minutes or something. Would you be interested in sharing that? Because that will reflect so much. Let me know if you guys can hear the voice, okay? Oh, can you hear it? Just give me a thumbs up. You can't? Asima, can you hear it?
Yes, it is audible.
Awesome. Okay.
जी सर। नहीं सर, मैंने सर, नहीं, मैंने वो फिगर्स डाले थे सर। नहीं सर, ऑफ कोर्स।
मैंने वो सारे फिगर्स प्रेजेंटेशन में डाले हुए हैं सर. या ऑफ कोर्स आई लुक इनटू इट. यस सर. सर 1 सेकंड. बेटा मैं चाय पीकर आई हूँ इसके पहले वाली मीटिंग में. I'm just बिजी हूँ. इंपॉर्टेंट फोन कॉल चल रहा है. ओके सुनो ना. वांशिका 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 वांशिका. Can't you see हमारा इंपॉर्टेंट फोन कॉल मीटिंग चल रही है मेरी. वांशिका क्या चाहिए तुम्हें और क्या चाहिए. सब कुछ तो देती हूँ. घर कपड़ा स्कूल एवरीथिंग. व्हाट मोर डू यू वांट. हाँ इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग चल रही है मेरी. हटो अब. यस सर सॉरी. नहीं नहीं सर ऑफ कोर्स आई एम गोइंग टू पर्सनली लुक इनटू इट. आप चाहिए मॉम. आपका टाइम चाहिए मुझे. की अटेंशन. यस सर. आई एम सो ग्लैड दे फाइनली लाइक द प्रेजेंटेशन. हाँ पूरी रात बैठ के मैंने उस प्रेजेंटेशन पर काम किया है. नहीं नहीं ऑफ कोर्स सर आई एम द बेस्ट. यू नो दैट. नहीं नहीं आप बिल्कुल फिक्र मत कीजिए. मैं अभी बस उनसे आधे घंटे में मिल रही हूँ एंड मैं सारा फीडबैक ले लूंगी. जी जी आई अपडेट यू कंप्लीटली. ऑल राइट. ओके सर. थैंक यू. थैंक यू. देखी मैंने तेरी रिपोर्ट कार्ड वंशिका. गुड. बट यू नो ना that you can do better. In fact, you can do better. You know that, ना? क्या हुआ. खाना खाओ. चलो चलो जल्दी से खाना शुरू करो. कम ऑन. मॉम वो ना हमारी क्लास पिकनिक जा रही है. 5,000 रुपीज लगेंगे लेकिन स्कूल वाले हमें म्यूजियम लेके जा रहे हैं. पिकनिक म्यूजियम. हाँ. व्हाट आर यू फाइव वांशिका. क्या सीख लेना है तूने म्यूजियम जाकर. ये सब ना स्कूल के पैसे कमाने के तरीके होते हैं. कोई म्यूजियम जाने की जरूरत नहीं. और वैसे भी वहां जो सीखेगी वो ऑनलाइन सीखा जा सकता है. ऑलराइट. बट सब जा रहे. ऑल ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स. ऑल ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स क्या करते हैं उससे हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है वंशिका. तुझे आइडिया भी है तेरे पढ़ाई में कितना खर्चा होता है. तेरी फ्रेंड्स की फैमिलीज और हमारी फैमिली की सिचुएशन में बहुत फर्क है. सिंगल मॉम हूं मैं. योर फादर लेफ्ट द डे यू वर बॉर्न. कपड़े तेरी पढ़ाई घर का खर्च इन सब पे कितने पैसे खर्च होते हैं. मैं कैसे मैनेज करती हूँ तुझे कुछ आइडिया भी है. कोई फर्क भी पड़ता है तुझे. हाँ. I also could have left like your father, but I chose to stay. So don't make me regret my decision, Vanshika. कोई पिकनिक विकनिक पर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. अपनी पढ़ाई पर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो. I want 98% marks this time. Do you understand? समझ में आई बात वंशिका. Good. खाना खाओ and get back to your studies. रोज रोज के चोचले. मॉम आई एम सॉरी. आप सही कह रहे थे. मुझे नहीं जाना पिकनिक पर. गुड. आई एम ग्लैड यू रियलाइज दैट वंशिका. ब्लैक कॉफी. थैंक यू. अब मैं अपना काम कर लूं. हाँ. गुड नाइट मॉम. गुड नाइट. वंशु. वंशु देख मैं तेरे लिए क्या लेकर आई हूँ. जल्दी से आ. वंशु. न्यू ड्रेस. आज मेरी ऑफिस की पार्टी है. आज तू यही ड्रेस पहन के चलना मेरे साथ. कल मेरा एग्जाम है. आई हैव टू स्टडी. हाँ तो तूने कौन सा 100% मार्क्स ले आने. जा जल्दी से तैयार होके दिखा कैसी लग रही है. आपने ही बोला था मुझे 98% लाने. मुझे पता है मैंने क्या बोला तुझे. वंशु जल्दी से मुझे ये ड्रेस पहन के दिखा कैसी लग रही है. अरे बट कल मेरा मैथ्स का एग्जाम है. और वैसे भी ना आपकी वो ऑफिस पार्टी बहुत बोरिंग होती है. वहां पे मेरी कोई एज का भी नहीं होता. मुझे नहीं जाना मॉम. राइट. इतना कुछ करती हूँ मैं तेरे लिए पर तुझे मेरी फीलिंग्स की कोई परवाह तो है ही नहीं. इतनी खुश थी मैं. मैंने सोचा था मेरी बेटी ये नई ड्रेस पहनकर मेरे साथ पार्टी में चलेगी. मैं सबको वहां शो ऑफ करूंगी कि देखो अपनी बेटी को कितने अच्छे से बड़ा किया है मैंने. सिंगल पेरेंट होकर भी उसकी सारी जरूरतें पूरी करती हूँ. सो एक्साइटेड. पर मेरी फीलिंग्स की तुझे कोई परवाह तो है ही नहीं. इट्स ओके. अभी जाकर ये ड्रेस रिटर्न कर. नहीं है. ऐसा ही है. You're just absolutely ungrateful. That's what you are. सॉरी ना मॉम. ओके मैं चलती हूँ ना सर,
कोई जरूरत
इस बात
नहीं है मुझे ये
डोंट फील
जबरदस्त।
सैड ना, आई एम सॉरी। मैं रेडी हूँ क्या? आप भी हो जाओ, पक्का पक्का। मेरा अच्छा अच्छा, जाओ जल्दी से तैयारी करो। वंशु, रेडी बेबी? हाँ मम्मा वर्किंग। वंशु जंक फूड खाना बंद कर दे, पेट बाहर निकल रहा है, पेट अंदर कर। चल अब जल्दी से। वो तुम लोग क्या कहते हो वंशु? पिक्चर फॉर द ग्राम? हाँ कम ऑन, लेट्स टेक अ पिक्चर बिफोर वी लीव। ऐसे ना, क्लोज बनाए। स्माइल ना ठीक से। Anju, वैसे भी you look like your father. You're always going to have to overcompensate. Now come on, give me a good smile. Nice. चल, let's go. Come on. आजा. मुझे तुझे वहां लेकर जाना ही नहीं चाहिए था. Thanks for spoiling everything for me, Vanshika.
और मैंने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया। वो तो आपके बॉस ने बस मुझसे पूछ लिया मेरी एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज के बारे में, तो मैंने बोल दिया। मैं सिर्फ अपनी पढ़ाई पे फोकस कर रही हूँ।
पढ़ाई पर फोकस कर रही है. That's when he taunted me ना, कि अपनी बेटी को जीने नहीं दे रही हूं मैं. बुक वर्म बना कर रखा है उसे. उसे सिर्फ बुक्स और मार्कशीट्स में डुबो कर रखा है मैंने. Do I not let you have your own life, Vanshika? पता नहीं अब वो क्या सोचेंगे मेरे बारे में. और ये सब कुछ तेरी वजह से हुआ है. सब कुछ खराब कर दिया था. You know, sometimes what I feel, I should have also left. तेरे बाप की तरह मुझे भी तुझे छोड़कर चले जाना चाहिए. That's what it is. Single mom हूं मैं. Your father left the day you were born. I also could have left like your father, but I chose to stay. So don't make me regret my decision, Vanshika. Vanshu, get up! आज भी स्कूल के लिए लेट. रोज रोज लेट हो जाता है. कभी कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि तूने मुझे अपनी नौकरी पर रखी. Get up now! 1% only? कर क्या रही तू अपनी लाइफ के साथ, वंशिका? What are you doing? करना क्या है आगे? कुछ सोचा है अपनी लाइफ के साथ? या फिर सिर्फ शादी करके किसी आदमी पर डिपेंडेंट हो जाना है? Can't trust men. You get that? ये लाइट क्यों ऑफ है? क्या हो गया वंशिका? ऐसे क्यों बैठी है? हाँ, क्या हो गया?
Mom, I don't know why, but I think I'm feeling depressed.
डिप्रेस्ड? रियली वंशिका? इस वर्ड का मतलब भी पता है क्या होता है? अरे कुछ नहीं होता है डिप्रेशन डिप्रेशन. अपने दिमाग को इतना स्ट्रांग बनाओ कि कोई तुम्हें परेशानी नहीं कर सके. देख लो अपनी माँ को, कितना कुछ सहा है मैंने. हमारी जनरेशन की पता है प्रॉब्लम क्या है वंशिका? कि तुम्हें ना सब कुछ इतना आसानी से मिल गया है ना कि किसी चीज की वैल्यू ही नहीं है तुम लोगों को. छोड़ो इन सब बातों को एंड गेट बैक टू योर स्टडीज. वरना डिप्रेशन क्या होता है ना, इसका मतलब मैं तुझे समझाऊं. रियली?
Papi, मैं खुद
हैव नो फियर. कैसे? प्लीज, आप यहाँ? व्हाट अ लवली सरप्राइज. हाँ, मैं वंशु को बहुत मिस कर रही थी, तो सोचा अपनी फेवरेट किडो से मिलाऊं. अच्छा किया आपने. जा, अपनी मासी के लिए अच्छी सी चाय बना कर ला.
अदरक वाली।
अभी ला. और कैसी है? ये आपके इस लाइन का क्या मतलब था? Don't fear when Masi is here.
अरे एंट्री डायलॉग था। मैंने कहा ना मैं वंशु को मिस कर रही थी। अब अपनी भांजी से मिलने के लिए तेरी परमिशन लगेगी क्या?
उसने फोन किया था आपको?
Why are you making a big deal of it?
वंशु,
रितु,
वंशु,
अरे मैंने कहा ना।
हाँ मॉम।
तूने मासी को फोन किया, यहाँ बुलाया?
मैंने कहा मेरा मन कर रहा था।
प्लीज डोंट लाई टू मी। और मेरी बेटी को भी झूठ बोलना मत सिखाइए आप। वंशु, मैंने तुझसे कुछ पूछा है, क्या तूने मासी को फोन करके यहाँ बुलाया?
मेरी बात सुन।
वंशु, आई एम आस्किंग यू समथिंग।
हाँ मॉम, मैंने ही कॉल किया। वो एक्चुअली मॉम, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा कुछ दिनों से। आई एम फीलिंग लाइक
अच्छा नहीं लग रहा? अच्छा नहीं लग रहा तुझे?
तू सुन।
तू एक काम कर, आज तू अपनी मासी के साथ चल। आज तेरे बाप की तरह मैं भी तुझे छोड़ देती।
रितु,
मर गई आज से तेरी माँ तेरे लिए।
ओह बेटा, जानती है ना तेरी माँ कितना बड़ा मेलोड्रामा है, पूरा बॉलीवुड। पर अब मैं आ गई हूँ ना, I'll fix it.
मासी, आई डिडंट वांट मॉम को बुरा लगे सच्ची।
नो बच्चा, नो।
अरे मेरा मन।
रितु,
आप भी।
अरे ये सब छोड़। I have to tell you about this experiment we did in our school.
दी, अपनी टीचर गिरी प्लीज मेरे साथ इस वक्त मत शुरू करना, प्लीज।
थोड़ी सी करने देना। है नहीं है? है ना? है ना?
या,
अब सुनेगी मुझे क्या कहना है?
मैं नहीं कहूंगी तो भी आप सुनाने ही वाली हैं ना, तो बोलिए।
थोड़ा सा ध्यान से सुनने वाली बात है। We did this experiment in our school जहां पे हमने exactly 2 plants लिए and we kept them in the same environment, same sun, same water, सब कुछ same. The only difference was कि एक को प्यार और affirmations दी गई और दूसरे को बुली किया गया। एक से कहा गया, I am so proud of you. You are so special. I love you. You can grow, blossom. और दूसरे को, तुम में कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं है. You're good for nothing. तुम बेकार हो. अच्छा काफी नहीं है, और बेहतर करो. You're waste of time. तुम मेरे प्यार के लायक नहीं हो. मुझे तुम्हें छोड़ देना चाहिए. You don't deserve my love and time. Can you imagine क्या हुआ होगा?
जिस प्लांट को बुली किया गया उसका सर्वाइवल मुश्किल रहा होगा।
मुश्किल नहीं रितो. That plant died. I know. हम कभी कभी रियलाइज नहीं करते क्योंकि हम अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में इतना बिजी हो जाते हैं। घर के खर्चे, स्कूल फीस, ग्रोसरीज, बिजली का बिल, पानी का बिल, इन सब में इतना उलझ जाते हैं कि हम भूल जाते हैं हम क्या कह रहे हैं। बच्चों की स्कूल फीस, खाना, घर, कपड़े, ये सब देके हमें लगता है हम उनकी सारी जरूरतें पूरी कर रहे हैं और हम उनसे क्या कह रहे हैं और हमारे कहने का उन पर क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, वी डोंट रियलाइज दैट। 96% आने के बाद भी उस पर प्राउड फील करने के बजाय यू प्रेशराइज हर टू डू मोर। तुम्हारी ऑफिस पार्टी में अपने से 30 साल बड़े लोगों के साथ वो वैसा बिहेव करे जैसा तुम चाहती हो। एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली रितु, इट्स नॉट हर फॉल्ट दैट योर हस्बैंड लेफ्ट द डे शी वाज बोर्न। तुमने कभी सोचा है उसे क्या लगता होगा? व्हाई डिड हर फादर लीव हर? अब तुम हमेशा उसे रियलाइज कराती हो कि अपनी मॉम के साथ रहना एक बड़ी बात है, शी शुड बी थैंकफुल फॉर दैट। एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली कि उसका डिसीजन नहीं था कि वो इस दुनिया में आए, इट वॉज योर डिसीजन। उसकी हैप्पीनेस और ग्रोथ हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। उसकी, आई नो यू आर डूइंग योर बेस्ट, बट इज योर बेस्ट बेस्ट फॉर योर किड टू? तू उसे कौन सा प्लान बनाना चाहती है कि तुझ पे डिपेंड करता है रितु।
Mom, Mom, I'm really sorry, Mom. I was just feeling lost. इसलिए मैंने मासी को कॉल किया था. मैं आपको hurt नहीं करना चाहती थी. It won't happen again, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, वंशिका, कि मैंने तुझे इतनी भी फ्रीडम नहीं दी कि तू अपनी फीलिंग्स मेरे साथ शेयर कर सके। हमेशा तुम्हें ब्लेम करती रही, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। यू आर नॉट द रीजन कि तेरे फादर तुम्हारी जिंदगी से गए। आई एम द रीजन। हमारे बीच में प्रॉब्लम्स थी। यू नो व्हाट, आई एम द luckiest mom in the world to have baby like you. I didn't even realize कि मैं अपनी सारी bitterness तुझ पर निकाल रही थी। हमेशा बचपना करती रही और तू हमेशा मुझे संभालती रही। आई एम ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था। आई शुड हैव बीन देयर तुझे संभालने के लिए। यू डोंट डिजर्व दैट, वंशिका। जब तूने मुझसे कहा कि तुझे मेरी ऑफिस की पार्टी में नहीं जाना है, तो आई शुड हैव अंडरस्टूड, आई शुड हैव गिवन यू अ चॉइस, बट आई डिडंट डू दैट। तूने मुझसे कहा कि तू डिप्रेस्ड फील कर रही है, तो मुझे तेरी फीलिंग्स को समझना चाहिए था। मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया। आई एम सो सॉरी वंशिका, प्लीज मुझे माफ कर दे।
Mom, calm down. आप आओ, यहाँ पे बैठो पहले. You are the best mom in the world.
नो बेटा, आई एम नॉट, बट आई प्रॉमिस कि आज से मैं ट्राई करूंगी कि मैं बेस्ट मदर बनूं सिर्फ तेरे लिए।
नहीं मॉम, यू ऑलरेडी आर ट्राइंग. आपको पता है, अक्सर पेरेंट्स ना अपनी गलती मानते ही नहीं है. उनको लगता है कि उनकी एज बड़ी है तो उनको सब पता होगा. लेकिन हमारी एज तो आप लोग से हमेशा कम रहने वाली है ना. इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी.
करेक्ट। इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना है कि हमारे पास ही सारा ज्ञान है, और हमारा सारा ज्ञान, हमारे सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस, हमारे सारे ट्रॉमा सिर्फ हमारे हैं। एंड आई एम गोइंग टू बी वेरी केयरफुल फ्रॉम नाउ कि मैं तुझ पर किसी तरह का कोई दबाव ना डालूं अब।
तभी तो यू आर द बेस्ट मॉम इन द वर्ल्ड.
लव यू वंशिका। यस।
That was a long video. And Khadija, I'm extremely sorry. It was mostly in Hindi, but hopefully you got the gist of it. But it was such a great clip because each one of us can see ourselves in that video. Each one of us can see our child in that video. I would love to hear from you. What are your takeaways from this video?
I can start. I mean, I understand that you have always to make your child, like, talk to him in a positive way, like, to uplift him, even, you know, and just control uh, your temper, because whatever it's happened, it's your responsibility. It's not your child's responsibility. And I know that her husband, he left her with a child, so, and she always was blaming her daughter about it. But she's the one who has to take responsibility for that. And I know she's a single mom and she has, like, overwhelmed with everything. But still, that child, she's the one who decided to have a child, and she's the one who has to assume all the consequences, not to put it on her kids. And her daughter, she has always to uplift her, like, to encourage her for things, and just, you know, again, that's what's in that. But for me, my question to you, because even with the kids, when you like, brag with them, like, oh, you did a good job, you know, I'm proud of you, because that's what I was doing with my daughters, and I'm still doing with my daughters. But still, there is, like, some I don't know if both parents, they have to be in same things, because it's a very, yeah, you know, because I always make them proud of anything that they do. Even sometimes if something, I said, it's okay, you know, life is like this, and I don't give them lessons, but just I express some stuff with them. But still, when they grow, I see, like I told you last time, there is, like, this connection somehow.
and they are very independent, which is good that they are very independent and they know things. I mean, there are positive things from whatever I did, but again, there is one part that's for me which hurts me, as I shared last time, because
Thank
always in my mind, when I was in my mind, I said, okay, I should not insult my kids, I should not put the pressure on them, I should not. And again, they were raised in America, and here the school always they make them, oh, you're good, oh, you're, everything. So even that system made me to learn things that always I have to, like, say, congratulations, I'm proud of you, you did good, all that stuff. But still there is something is missing there.
That is so true, Khadija, and you nailed it when you say, and it's not just the wrong things what the mother was doing. Each one of us is in that role. We are handling so many things. It wasn't her fault. She was frustrated. She only wanted best for her child. She just didn't know how to convey that with all the things she was juggling. How many of us can relate to that mom? I certainly can relate to her. And we go through that. And that's where I come from. When we know better, we do better. So it's my responsibility to learn how to do better. And one of the things I talk in my book is, if you guys can see, it's not like, me or the mother or the father, it's we. How can we come together? I never got a chance to do that, but when we get married, how many of you have really sat before having a child to discuss with your spouse, we are going to bring a soul into this world. What are your parenting skills, style, and what is my parenting style, and how do we define? Anybody done that here? I haven't done that. I didn't get that chance. So guess how unprepared we are as a parent. We don't even know what is the strategy, what is the style. We get pregnant, we deliver a baby physically, and we are raising. It's like you never learned how to drive and you are behind the wheels and you're on a freeway. That's how we treat our parenting journey. And we have expectations. We have to reach our destination. Our child has to do good so we can show our child off. And, we don't even know where the accelerator is, what to press, what not. How scary is that? How many of us will sit in a flight when we know the pilot has, this is his first flight, or he didn't even go through a pilot license? Hmm? How many moms will go to a gynecologist who has never delivered a baby? Everything else in life, we want experience, training. Don't you guys think our kids deserve that? A trained parent? And I'm so glad in that clip that she had an aunt who could, show that to the mother. So the mother is not bad, or the father, here is just showing the mom, but mom and dad are same. We don't know what we are doing wrong. Unless we have somebody in our life to show us, hey, you are actually hurting. And unless the person is ready for the feedback and open to correct themselves. And it's never too late. Every day is a new beginning. So I don't want any of you to feel guilty. Oh, I have done so many mistakes. Okay, it's gone. It's in the past. This is a new moment. What can you learn from this session? Are you willing to look back? And the reason I showed this clip, because they say picture it carries 1,000 words, but a video carries million words. And in my experience, when we see something, it stays with us. And as you go through in your journey, you'll remember if you will quite catch yourself, if you are doing the same mistake like this mom. And that will help you to, hold yourself back in that moment and reflect and become a better parent. Was this video helpful? Anybody else has any takeaway to share?
Yeah, definitely, Rashmi. I mean, yeah, sometimes we do, because as you said, we always want their good. And I think we feel that they can do even better. I mean, yeah, a little push is always good, but how we convey that is also important.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, so yeah, sometimes yeah, even because we have our ups and downs, and sometimes as we do not treat them as an adult, and we, as you told earlier, that we feel that we own them, and we just show up our, anger or anything. So I think that the convey how we convey to them, and in an encouraging way, better way. So that would help them much more than, just showing them their fault that
Yeah.
this is what it is not, and this is how you're supposed to do. Yeah, so that's
A
a big
great
thing. Right.
observation, Asiva. Thank you. And we go with a strategy of this or that. You
Right.
either be good or you're worst. Instead
Right.
of we learning this and that, you'll do mistake and then you'll learn from it. And you see, it's the way we communicate. Having high expectations or expectations from kids is not wrong.
No
That they
problem.
should do better in their studies or sports or
Right.
respect at home. But
Mm.
how do we convey that? Do we demand that? And if we demand, how long will they keep following or to fulfill our demands? Only until they are young. And
Right.
once they are out, because it would have built so much of resentment in them. And the more they start going far away from us, the more we become desperate to control them. And then we don't just scold them, or because our scolding or getting upset
Work.
loses its value.
Right.
When your child was 5, if you didn't talk, the child was restless. He or she will come around you, mom, talk, talk, talk. The same child at 10, oh, I'm used to this melodrama, she'll be fine after 2 days. Tell me if you have experienced this.
Yeah, true.
I have to. So we start losing our power over them.
Right.
And as they go into teenage years, they are not even listening. And we want to know more because that is the time things are happening in their life. What are they afraid of if somebody is bullying them? I've received another message from one of our parent here on my personal DM about a situation. So I'm just going to answer to that. It's about a teenage boy, and he is good, and most of our kids are. He's good in studies. He's like a really good boy and decent boy, and was being bullied at school. And I'm just trying to bear with me and go to the message so I get the content. So it's a 13, 14-year-old child. He held all his emotions at inside because probably he didn't know or learned how to express it, and then it exploded. Anybody experience that in life? Our kids, right? It's like you're blowing air in a balloon and keep on blowing it. The only end result is it's going to blast. And when it blasts, it's never a good thing. Each one of us has blasted in our own lives and have seen loved ones blast, whether it's our kids or spouse or parents or siblings. And whenever anyone blasts, not because the person is a bad person, or when our kids blast, it's not that they want to be wrong. They don't know, they can't hold it inside. And the blast happens in different ways, as a disrespect, as anger, as getting into wrong habits, whether it's drugs, alcohol, smoking, sex, or, getting addicted to screen or porn and whatnot. When we were growing up, porn and all these wrong things were something, only few bad people did. In my role, I work with a lot of kids that has come down to middle school. I remember an incident when my son, after the last day of his 7th grade, one of his best friend told him this kid and a girl had decided to have sex in a bathroom of a fast food. And my son, being on his journey, told him at that time, is that something, do you see your life living with this girl as marriage and forever? He's like, no, 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 we both just want to explore and have fun. He's and my son told him, and that's what my son shared, so that's how I know it. So Yash told him, do something so that you don't look back and regret, and something you're proud of. And for a whatever that 12, 13-year-old at that time telling another 12, 13-year-old, that boy was able to listen and think through and change his decision. And that's not just one kid, it's happening across. And this I'm talking in US, I don't know other parts of the world, but I would imagine it's kind of similar. How scary is that as a parent? And how blessed I felt in that moment that, every single minute I devoted in empowering my child, he was not just able to empower himself, but help someone else. How many of us wish that our kid has some friend like that in their life? And that doesn't mean my kids have not done mistakes. That doesn't mean my kids are great or genius or me in any case. I'm just sharing real life examples. But imagine if that child, if instead of that, my son would have got influenced. Really? You're going to have sex with a girl? Can you find a girl for me too? What would have happened? So I feel as a parent, we can only equip them, empower them early on with the things, with life skills, with strategies. Then it depends on them how they use it. I remember as a teen, my dad had told me a story. I don't know if it was true or not, but that stays with me even today. Because I was going out in NCC, I was going out in the world as a 12-year-old, I was out of house attending camps. And my dad had shared a story that a woman in India, of course, that time, she was in a rickshaw, like a taxi. She was going somewhere, and that woman realized the man is taking her to not on the right roads. Happened so many times. And the moment she realized, most of the times people panic and are afraid and scared and shout and all that. And sometimes that doesn't help. That woman thought, if I shout, nothing much is happening. She handled it tactfully. She said, "So, you have some other plans with me?" And the guy was shocked. The driver was shocked. What is she talking about? She's like, "Man, you should have told me. But we won't get much time now because you're doing it last minute." He's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Because my family is expecting me in 15 minutes. If I don't reach, they might panic and they might even, start looking out for me and we won't have much time. Why don't we meet tomorrow so that we can have, more time and have fun?" And that guy was like, "Man, I don't have to do anything. She's willing and she's ready." She's like, "Sure." He's like, where are we meeting?" So they decided the time and place and all that. So she was dropped off safely. And then she went to cops and that guy was caught. I was told this story as a teenager. And I'm so thankful my dad told me that. Because that equipped me. If I'm in a situation, instead of panicking, instead of reacting, I need to use my brain. Start thinking, how can I handle this situation so that I get out safely? Recently, a very close family friend, a cousin of mine, shared that there was some pedophile who would visit. I wasn't even aware of this. And this girl who was a teenager was so afraid because, it's a family friend coming and, with bad intentions. She somehow found courage to, talk to my dad, like, "I'm so afraid." And my dad empowered her, saying that if anything happens, if somebody comes near you with wrong intentions or wrong touch, scream. She's like, "How can I scream? I'm afraid." My dad empowered this girl by saying, "Know that that male person is more scared than you because he knows he's doing wrong." That one tip empowered that teenager girl to walk through courageously. That's exactly what our kids need and what we need to empower. It's not some story or some theory in the book, but in reality, what we do. And what my dad told me, the story about how to get out of a situation, stays with me. And that's exactly what I do. And I've shared, of course, with my kids. And I mean, I share it in my community because it doesn't stop with me, it goes on and on. So about this, going back to this 14-year-old child, like, so he blasted and he did something wrong. And then now he is so much worried how the world sees him, how his teacher sees him, and whatnot. And that happens with many kids. Even we don't know how to tell. We want them to feel stronger. And there are techniques and strategies. And some of you have reached out to me individually to asking for programs. Yes, I have been in this role for as a life, I've been doing life coaching for last 30 plus years. I have my parenting programs, and next time I'll be happy to share with you. And I also have my programs for kids, which is called Fun Shop. It's not a workshop, it's a fun shop. So that kids can come, have fun. And I used to have these programs in person earlier, and now it's online, where we used to have parties, and so kids learn what is self-esteem, not just as a word, but they figure it out going through the exercises, who they are, what are their strengths, what are their improvement areas, not weaknesses, improvement areas, how can they improve upon? Because I'm not perfect. I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm bad at, or I'm not good at. I was the scariest. I'm an introvert by nature. But when I come out here, I take on a different persona. People think I'm so confident. Yes, my confidence has built up. I remember as a teenager, I was so scared I wouldn't even speak up. But going through these practices, learning and implementing, not just hearing. Hearing is step one, but after hearing, how do we practice? So I'll be sharing my information about my effective parenting coaching programs for parents and for Fun Shop for kids, where they come in. It's a no judging zone where they learn who they are, how they can implement, and it's not just theory, it's how they can implement in their life, sharing exact techniques and opportunities, what's happening in their life, so that they don't have to blast. The world is going to look down on you or your kids. They are going to be bullies. It's not wishing that I wish my child is never bullied. It's like, how can my child respond to that bully without getting affected? And our kids are going to do good and bad things. If we are, so again, one of the things is we have to set our expectations right. They are not a thing of perfection, like they'll never do mistakes. They are going to do mistakes even after knowing everything. How many of you drive a vehicle? Each one of us, right? Is there a possibility of getting a ticket, traffic ticket, having an accident? Or there is guarantee just because you are a good driver, there won't be any accidents? That's the whole reason we have auto insurance. And the way I look at my programs is it's a success insurance. The auto insurance will help you after the damage is done. But if you empower your child early on, you are actually helping to prevent the damage. Or when the damage happens, how they can navigate through life. Because that's all we can do. And Asima, to your point earlier, what we were discussing, like how long will they take? Each child will decide. You believe that they can do 10 things, but if they choose the top 5, that's the right thing for them. Something they learn right now, something they learn later on. But the more we push, we are actually blocking their growth from learning. We are doing from with good intentions. We don't know. Just like that mom, she was pushing her child to achieve more so that she can be financially independent because she has seen tough times in life. So nothing she felt or expected was wrong. It was the way she didn't know how to communicate. So many times we'll see this reflection, in ourselves and our child. And there's one more thing I want to show you because it's not just theory, it's what real life. And this is something very personal I'm sharing here because I look at this as a family. And this is a case study I use. So when my son is 20 now, when he was 16, and the only reason I'm able to show more about my son, not because my daughter is any less, but I have more recordings of my son since he was on my path of coaching and all that. My daughter is equally, she has been graduate of all my programs and she uses it in her life. I see it. And I'm so proud of having a very strong young woman who is carrying herself in this world. And I'm not worried that somebody can ever bully her. She has become strong so she can handle herself. And she doesn't need her mom or dad ever to protect her. She can take care of herself. But when my son was 16, I have reached out. This was my gift to him to reach out to people, 16 people. And there are people from their early 20s to their early 50s. Some are millionaires, some are billionaires. I'll just share a small clip. And if you guys are interested, I'll be happy to share the whole. It's a long video. But right now, I'll just play a small couple of minutes thing to show you what a child is capable of.
Happy freaking birthday, Yash. 16, man. Unbelievable. First and foremost, I want to give an incredible shout out to your amazing mother for putting this all together. Um, Good God, you're so blessed, man. Rashmi, you were an absolute saint. Nothing but an absolutely fantastic opportunity meeting both you and Yash back in November of 2019 now, which is crazy. It's been over a year, but Yash, nonetheless, man, this video is for you. Happy 16th birthday. First and foremost, when I met you, man, when you were I think 15, maybe 14. I don't even know. But back in Akbar's event, good God, you were a little ball of lightning, bro. You still are too. You still have all that energy. I've never met anybody that has as much energy as I do, and people have told me that I'm like I could outrun the Energizer Bunny, bro. You could outrun like Usain Bolt. That's how much energy you have, man, and that's fantastic because that's gonna serve you tremendously as you scale your business. When I met you, man, you were so eager to learn. I'm never gonna forget staying up till like 3 a.m. talking funnels and ultimately just getting to know you a little bit better, man. I mean, you got a heart of gold, and meeting you and your mom's inexperience, I'm never gonna forget what you have going for you, man. I think you're in a better position than you might realize. I hope you're grateful for everything that you have and all the opportunities you've come across because it's only up from here. You're furthermore than the fact that I already mentioned, the energy that you have is going to serve you tremendously as you scale your business. Two things really stand out to me. You got incredible perseverance for somebody who's still in high school. It's crazy, man. And the perseverance, I mean, that's huge, obviously, for a multitude of different reasons. But just seeing you run through brick walls and tackle the stuff that you already have at your age is incredible. And I'm excited to see, the coming years, what you're able to accomplish. More so than that, man, it's just the confidence. The way you show up to, the art of sales calls, most recently, the insight that you've been giving inside of AOS on sales and how to handle objections. The way that you show up is remarkable. And carrying that confidence with you is only going to serve you further down the line because people buy into confidence. And for a good reason, man. You're incredibly knowledgeable. And so I want to tell you, man, you have everything you need to be successful. You got the confidence, you got the perseverance, you got the skill, and you have the mindset. I would just recommend keeping that with you, man, because there are going to be tough times ahead as you scale. And just know that, if you keep your head down, you have pig-headed discipline, and you work through the crap, good God, there's going to be some great days ahead for you. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say that it is unbelievably exciting to see just how far you've come since I met you back in 2019. It's great to see you still have that freaking lightning bottled up inside you. And again, I'm just entirely grateful to have met you and your mom and to see what the future holds. So for the sake of talking your ear off anymore, happy 16th birthday, man. And let's keep in touch.
So what are my impressions of
This is exactly what I mean. It's not what I can tell. And I've requested these 16 people what their impression of him was and to guide him, to give him feedback, what he can look forward to. He's just 16. But so what they have told him, there's so much takeaways for each one of us, not just for a 16-year-old, what to do, what not to do. But it also shows how he has built him up. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't know how to provide that platform to my kids. And I would have not known if my parents wouldn't have. Do you see how the ball goes rolling? It's not an, lucky you. It's a like Japanese thing, right? Kaizen. It's a continuous improvement process. Because my dad was aware, my mom was aware, they provided that to me. That helped me to, make it 10x, and now my kids are able to make it 100x. And so is each one of you. There's so much of learning. And I'm so thankful to these people who were giving the gift of their time and their guidance to this person, and that will stay with him. So that's our biggest role to do. How we can empower them early on, how we can change. And it's never one way, like, give them everything. No, just like Khadija said, you can provide them everything. But what to give, what not to give, how to understand that, it's a game, it's a tug of war. And we have to learn how to play this game. And we'll do mistakes, we'll be, doing fall, there'll be faults, there'll be, things. But what can we learn from this? How can we upgrade ourselves? So we have a happy life. We have a right to be happy as a parent. We doesn't always have to, be struggling or be disrespected. But how can we do it better so we don't regret? Because soon they are out of our home. And the biggest thing is, how can my goal is, what can I become? So there's a magnetic pull, just like how I went to my father for everything. I can't force that on my child. I would love to, I would want to. Hey, come on, tell me everything. Just like that girl in that video reached out to her aunt because she felt comfortable that she'll be heard. Does my child feel that he or she will be heard? Am I being that person? Whom will we go to as an individual to talk to, specifically when we are in tough times? Not to somebody who will be critical of us. That doesn't mean we don't have to be critical of our kids when they do wrong. My dad was a very strict dad too. He scolded me. I have gotten beaten up also and everything when I did wrong. But somewhere in my mind, I knew I will be punished only when I do wrong, when I've done wrong. So I would go back to him to share all my, challenges or things. And he never ever scolded me for failing at something. He never scolded me or, criticized me for falling short. And at least while I was growing up, I had not seen a second dad or a mom like him. And I try to practice that with my kids. My kids can come and tell me, like, why was Yash able to share at 7th grade that somebody wanting to do something? Because because I knew, not because I'm great, because I knew I learned from my father to build that platform, that bridge, so the kids feel okay to talk. And I can talk with my kids, this is right and wrong. And the sooner you correct yourself, it's going to help you, not me. I'll be just proud or I'll be sad. That doesn't change. What will change is your life. What do you want in your life? And sometimes I'm able to do that as a mother. Sometimes, I have to take them out to other people so they hear that. And unfortunately, there are so many programs for adults, to keep fixing their issues. Very few people invest in how to raise right kids, how to raise confident kids. And I feel this should be part of every school program. I would have been much more happier not learning physics or chemistry, but about, human psychology or human behavior. Does anyone have any questions that I can help with? And another reason why, as I said, I want each one of you to get back into the group and say, what's your takeaway? Because you're investing time and energy. So because when you will think about it, you'll remember it and you'll use it in your life and you'll put it down in a group You'll all be sharing each other's takeaway, and some things one of you might have missed will learn from somebody else. I have nothing to gain from it, but I'll be more happy. But if you put it, you'll remember, just like this video, for all those who are watching live here and who will watch the recording, that's the gift you're giving yourself. So do put it out there. What did you learn? What questions you have? Is there any questions you guys have today? Are these things helping you?
Yes, of course. I would like to know about the program, if you
Right.
can share. Um,
Sarika, I'll bring out more details next weekend, and
mhm,
I'll share about the parenting and the fun shop program both to details, and happy to help
mhm.
you and your kids, because that's the mission of my life. And the more things what I have learned from good and bad, how can I help others so that you are more equipped to handle things better? Any other questions anyone has? Is this helping?
I'm sure the question I put it in the group
Yeah, right,
will be helpful for the workshop, right? That
right.
would be answered in the
Yeah,
workshop. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So is this something we want to continue for next Sunday? Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we'll meet again the next Sunday, same time. Yes, Monica? Do you have it? You're muted. Yeah. I guess she's frozen. Hopefully she'll come back. So what we'll do is we'll again meet next Sunday at the same time. And as soon as the recording is processed, I'll share it. One more thing, I need help from someone here who can help me out here. Since we are providing this for our IMK family, I am in for next Sunday. Okay, got it. All right, thanks, Monica. So I would like to share this with the bigger group of the IMK family in India. I don't know where to put it, whether it's a WhatsApp group or something. Can one of you help me or guide me or put it out there? So if there are, that's the whole purpose of this timing, was so that if there are parents from India who would like to take advantage of this, I would like to, invite them in this group too. So I would
I'll
appreciate
post.
if,
I'll post it. I'm in like Indian group, so
yeah,
I'm gonna post it.
okay,
Post it in
all right,
multiple, so the people can
perfect.
take the advantage of these.
Yeah.
And yeah, for
And
sure.
feel free
Uh,
to share them the group link so they can join. So it's
yeah,
like, because why not
of
help more
course.
people?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarika. Appreciate it. Anything else? Or we are good to go for today?
Hello, Rashmi ji. Shamika here. Sorry, I cannot come
Hey,
on
Shamika.
camera. Hey,
That's
so I was going to suggest there is a platinum learning group as well.
yeah.
Are you a part of that? Maybe there also there might be.
Yeah. Right. Because I just want to make sure that I follow things and where to put just
Exactly.
so that, I like to follow the rules and not break it.
Correct.
This is again,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I think in that platinum learning group,
All right.
we can post. Yeah.
Okay.
So that should be good.
That
But
would
again,
be,
I will. Yeah, I'll also ensure with Raj. I think he
yeah.
is probably the. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I
I
was
think
thinking of
for
Raj
the
too.
learning, I'm also the admin,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Okay,
put it
great.
in that group also.
Right.
Perfect.
So I'll try to put it multiple. If they don't like it, they'll delete it. That's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it in multiple. So I'll
Right.
prepare the message and the link of the group and the
Right.
information a little bit, and I'll post it for you.
And just
Okay.
see that, Sarika, it's not just for people outside India, because I guess we are mostly covered here right now who all we are outside India, but some groups where, either it's locally there for Indian
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
parents too.
for both.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you so
Thank you
Thank
much,
so
you.
Raj.
Thank you for your
much.
It
time
was
too.
Really
amazing
appreciate it.
sessions. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
most welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
One
Yes, sir.
thing, I posted the link for the book if anyone interested for Rashmi's book.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna order for myself, but if someone likes to order, then I put it the link.
Thanks, Sarika.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Mhm.